disabled now, so it doesn't go behind these shelves and stuff like that. But now with higher reflectivity.
Wow. See,
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
And now it's starting to like line up with more industrial setup.
Between industrial environments and then just your standard warehouse environments too.
Yep.
It would nice to be able to simulate the just reflection in general.
So we have this reflection diffraction calculation. I don't know if you see that, but it kind of fills in the areas. Let's take a look at that a bit more top down. Let me move the AP to disable that. It doesn't just work its way around the pillars, but also kind of like fills in the rooms a bit more nicely and kind of takes out some of the sharp edges and stuff like that. Just works. Like, see how it, for example, here also.
Okay.
That's
just
pretty cool.
And it doesn't work just in 2D, it works in 3D. So it also goes over the objects and stuff like that, because signal does reflect from the ceiling and stuff like that. Sometimes these kind of systems are only 2-dimensional. You can still see there's a little bit of shadowing behind the pillars, which I think is quite realistic. This is what I would probably encounter here.
That's
And
awesome.
then,
I mean, when you're designing it, actually, that can change. I mean, that can impact the design big time when you're trying to actually work it.
Oh, totally. I'm gonna steal your share for just a second.
go, man.
Because these are some of the things that I run into when these are giant blocks of zinc. Just see, it's just there's different sizes of them. There's giant ones, reinforced concrete floors. It's corrugated steel walls.
And then I got and Scott and Jeremy, you've probably seen this too. I got like a steel kind of some kind of manufacturing or something where there's steel involved. So that would be interesting to see that too, how it will look.
So here I try to more put kind of zinc level reflective value. See how it doesn't go. It's disabled now, so it doesn't go behind these shelves and stuff like that. But now with higher reflectivity.
Oh, yeah.
Friends. Now it's starting to like line up with more with something like an industrial setup. Let's crank the knobs. Okay, so now I turned last thing. I turned the nerd knobs to almost 11. So this would be like if everything was made out of metal, like clean metal, not just any, but clean metal.
Wow. See,
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, but then too, when you get to that much reflection, you start getting into bad reflection, because then you get multipath fading, and that starts killing it.
Yep, and CCI,
and then
crazy CCI.
That's where you got to start dropping your power levels, reducing your cell size to try to control that as best you can.
Exactly right.
But having something to actually give you an idea of how far that's going to propagate out, that's a pretty big deal right there.
Yeah, and which means if you're cutting the power and all that kind of stuff, you're reducing the stuff, so you're adding more APs, and then something like this can also help when you're doing a design review with the customer. This can help like why you drop so many additional access points, because of reflections it created additional CCI, and you needed to cut that down, and in order to cut that down you need to reduce the power. So see where I'm going with this, because when you're doing a design review, it's amazing product when I'm doing a design review with the customer and explaining to them why I did something. Because customers ask why. I mean, hey, can you cut this down, or can you do this? And like it just makes sense.
And you kind of have to find that perfect balance, and with reflections, it becomes even more of a balancing between different things. Exactly like Scott said. I don't know.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, this has been under work for a long time, and it's not easy to make this and I was able to break it once today, so it's still still in the works, but give us a couple of weeks and we'll have something out for you guys to test out, and then make it fully public available.
Awesome.
I don't know, a few weeks.
It's no fun unless you can break it at least once.
Yeah, absolutely.